No doubt heard of that horrific smuggling operation that killed 10 people. It turns out one of the immigrants who died in San Antonio grew up in Fairfax County and graduated from J.E.B. Stuart High School. Northern Virginia Bureau Chief Peggy Fox has been talking to friends of the young man. She's live in Falls Church to tell us more about it. Peggy?
Adam, I talked to a young woman who was good friends with Frank Fuentes. She says she just spoke to him a few days ago, last Thursday, and she said he told her he was going to use a coyote to be smuggled back into the country, but she doesn't think he had any idea how dangerous it was. Inside that deadly, broiling hot truck crammed with immigrants smuggled into the United States was Frank Fuentes.
He was a great friend.
How about what kind of a... Fuentes was one of the 10 who died. The 19-year-old was a 2015 graduate of J.E.B. Stuart High School in Fairfax County.
He wanted to change his life around, he wanted to go to school, he wanted to go to college.
Ricky Gallego and Chelsea Luna were friends with Frank.
We met in freshman year. We had 4 classes together.
What kind of a student was he?
Oh, he was a great student. He was smart. He was always sitting next to me, helping me out with my homework. Sweet, caring, would always be there for you if you needed it. Loving. I'll never forget that about him.
Fuentes was from Guatemala, brought to this country when he was a toddler. Under the Dreamers program, he was allowed to stay until last year. That's when he pleaded guilty to simple assault and battery by mob and grand larceny pickpocketing in March. In July, he was deported. Some people say he was suspected of being in a gang.
Oh, no, not Frank. He was never in part of any gang. I've seen him every day here. There's not a day where I go without seeing him. He's not in a gang.
Immigration attorney Simon Sandoval-Moschenberg says this country holds immigrants to a higher standard.
Whereas, people who are citizens like myself would generally be given a second chance after something like that. If anti-immigrant people, if the president thinks that they're somehow going to prevent people from leaving Central America and coming to this country, this type of desperation shows that really the only way that they're ever going to achieve that is by making the United States a worse place to live than Guatemala. Is that really what we want to do?
I asked Chelsea Luna about those charges that Frank Fuentes pleaded guilty to, and she says that he told her it was all a mistake and that they got the wrong guy. Live in Falls Church, Peggy Fox, WUSA 9.
It's a tragic story, Peggy. Thank you. The driver of the truck, 60-year-old James Bradley, is charged with human trafficking and could spend the rest of his life in prison.